Hi, I'm Yuktha. I'm a rising senior at Doherty Valley High School, and this is my project. It's the sound reactive paper lanterns, and this is my first milestone. So, in the beginning of my first milestone, I had to download the WLED software onto the Feather. So, in order to do that, I had to download the software first, and then connect to a 4G network, and make sure that the Feather actually downloaded the correct software that I needed for the LED lights. So once that was so on the actual software, there's multiple settings that I need to change to customize it into for my project, including like how many pixels I had, which I could see by like these Neo rings. So these are called Neo rings, and I have five of them here, and they have like 12 pixels each. So on the software, I needed to say like it had 60 pixels in total. So after setting up the software, I needed to move on to the electrical components, which include building this entire wire setup. So first, I connected the male JST connectors into the Feather. After that, I had to connect it to the power adapter, which included uh, using heat shrink to connect three wires together, which was the male JST connector, the female JST connector, as well as a 3-pin JST plug. So I had to do that like a total of two times for three wires, for the positive and negative, which was the red and black wires. After the electrical components, I moved on to stand wiring, which included the five Neo rings. So these Neo rings have 12 pixels on it, and I have five of them, as I mentioned before. So I needed to solder the four wire silicone coated ribbon cable onto the five Neo rings, and I soldered them in a specific order. So the striped wire, it was on like power, which is my 5-volt power, and the last wire was into ground, and the middle two wires connected into data output and data input. So these are going to be used for like how the software runs into the Neo rings, by the way. And yeah, so a few challenges I had during my first milestone was not being able to download the software for initially onto the Feather. So in order to overcome that challenge, I had to connect to a peer's hotspot, and I had to download the software from their computer onto my Feather. It was this whole process, but I'm thankful that I overcame it. And then I also couldn't connect to this building's Wi-Fi because it was more than 5G. So I needed to again use another peer's hotspot and make sure that the software runs smoothly. So what's next is that in my second milestone, I'm planning on testing one singular lantern, and make sure that it successfully lights up. So I will do this by um, connecting the wires into the Feather and make sure that the software runs smoothly. And once I can actually test that I have a viable product, then I can move on to my third milestone, which is eventually building a whole power rail and actually attaching all the lanterns to the rings and kind of working from there. Yeah. Thank you so much.